Hi everyone. First of all, happy World Egg to all of you. And this is another exciting webinar from Chembond Biosciences Limited. So this is our 8th webinar. And this webinar, I'm sure that this webinar also loaded with full of insights and information related to feed, raw materials, and feed formulations. So I first of all welcome Dr. Badal Singh, who is our today's webinar speaker. And as a part of virtual welcome, I request Dr. Rakesh to welcome Dr. Badal Singh with a flower bouquet. Dr. Badal, please switch on your video. So I request Dr. Rakesh to welcome Dr. Badal Singh with a flower bouquet. Thank you, Dr. Rakesh, for warm welcome of Dr. Badal Singh. So now I will just highlight the journey of Dr. Badal Singh. Dear participant, it is with great pleasure that I introduce our esteemed speaker for today's webinar, Dr. Badal Singh, hailing from Chandigarh, India. Dr. Singh's passions and expertise in the field of animal feed manufacturing, nutritional science, and technical operations have made him a true industry luminary. Dr. Badal Singh's primary goal is to provide balanced and nutritionally optimal rations for animals at the most economical price point. His dedication to this objective has not only transformed the animal feed industry, but has also had a positive impact on animal welfare and the agricultural sector at large. With over a decade of dedicated service, Dr. Singh has been a key associate of the Skylar Group, bringing invaluable insights and innovations to the team. His influence extends beyond borders, as he has also played a pivotal role in supporting the endeavors of Park Agrotech Ghana Limited in Ghana for more than 6 years. Dr. Badal Singh's commitment to continuous learning and development is evident through his participation in international workshops. He has had the privilege of attending workshop at Bangkok University, where he explored the intricate world of gut health with leading veterinarians. Additionally, he has had the honor of gaining insights from experts like Dr. S. Lesson on the importance of particle size and digestible amino acids requirements in poultry. Furthermore, his association with Mr. Enrich Neff, retired director and specialist teacher from the Swiss Institute of Feed Technology, has enriched his knowledge base, and he brings these diverse experiences to today's webinar. We are indeed fortunate to have Dr. Badal Singh as our speaker, and I am confident that his insights and expertise will be of great value to all of us. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Badal Singh to our virtual stage. Now, let's engage in productive and enlightening discussion led by distinguished Dr. Badal Singh. Sir, please, over to you.
Thank you, Dr. Sir, for the nice introduction for me.
Welcome, sir.
Okay, I share this. Okay, Dr. Sir.
Yeah, sir, just make it large view.
Oh, sorry. I think it's perfect.
Yes, sir. Please.
Great. Sorry. Today we are discuss for the selection of feed ingredient for the poultry nutrition. Is the not a very small subject, is a very big subject, because every person has own opinions for the selection of raw materials regarding the nutritional values, regarding the availability in the markets in different part of the world. And composition is the main important for the ingredient selections. So we start the one by one discuss for the how many ingredients I am using, so that we are the collecting a small introduction for the each and every ingredient for the protein for the energy. Before I start my presentations, today is the World Egg Day. To all participants and entire Chembond teams from my side, from the vets in poultry, because I am in charge of the North India for the vets in poultry, is the great organization for the, I think in the world, have a lot of veterinarians associate in these NGOs for work for the poultry industry, how to promote the. So today we are in entire India, we are different part of some stalls, some distribution of eggs. So for everyone is the congratulations for the today is the World Egg Day. Egg for the healthy futures and rich in proteins, naturally packed by the God. So that no any chances of adulteration, and eggs contain healthy fats such as omega-3, which is used for as an antioxidant and for the good for the brain, eyes and bone health. So Sunday ho ya Monday, रोज खाएं अंडे. We start our presentations. Again, congratulations for everyone. It is the World Egg Day. When we are selecting the ingredients or other things, everything is important about the how to start, because if the chicks are started from day one with the better ingredient selection, better amino acid profiles, better energy, so future of the chicks is good, because chicks is healthy, everyone of the industries is healthy. First week is the crucial period for the early development of the young chicks, because if we are seen in the many ingredients have the energy values, but in first week have the not the same energy values after is just like in the broiler, in pre-starter have the not taking the same value as compared to starter in future for the oil, because in initial conditions that are not capable to digest entire oils portions in means energy portions. Second, to ensure the requirement nutrient levels are met for the species. Sometimes we are selecting the ingredients, selecting the amino acid profiles and energies values, but more important of the nutrient level of the nutrient level of the feeds according to the species, according to the age, according to the physiological phases in the layer phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 diets, and can I say you developer diets, and in same thing in the broilers also, because in the broiler pre-starters is a grower, starter or growers, and finisher. Finisher 1 and finisher 2 is two the different diets when the bird are here are the more than 2 kg body weights. According to physiological phases, a regular safety and quantity compliance incurrence least cost and time to changes. Now we are discuss only two parts: energy source, protein source, and third part is additive source. Additive source is not of the today topics. Today topic is the energy and proteins. In my one slide have the additive parts, is the take home message from my sides. Energy. As I know, energy is the fire of life. Has been described as a common currency of the nutrition. It is a more expensive component of the diets, and it is also possibly the most elusive to define the quantify the correctly. If everything is depend on the energy, it starts of the birds, it start of the demons, any species in the livestock, energy is more important as a like a fuel of the engines. Determine the correct energy level of the feed directly impact on the profitability. Is the more important to balance diet for the energy point of view. Energy first ingredient everybody knows is the maize, because maize soya diet is the very common diet for the industries. In maize has high energy value more than 3000, 3300, 3200 depend on the quality of the maize. Better digestibility, more than 82% digestibility, pepsin digestibility if we are seeing the digestibility tables. And more important, the presence of pigment. because it contains xanthophyll, which provide the pale yolk color in the layers and pink color of the meat in the broilers, and the rich of the essential fatty acid which provide the immune system immunity and the vital function of the different vital organs. But some anti-nutritional factors is the limitations, is very prone for the fungal infection, because the maize crop, when the mature, that time the rainfall especially in the North India is huge, so chances of the provide the favorable condition for the mycotoxins. And if you are using the 100% maize in the diet, the pellet quality is not good, because of the maize has not a capacity to bind the each other, so pellet binder are required if we are using the maize is the single diet as a energy source. Is the composition of the maize on the dry matter basis. Energy 3350. We are many times we are taking the samples and sending the different labs. We have to vary from the 3200 kcalories to 3300, 3350s. Protein is from the 8 to 8.5 or 8.9. Digestibility is more important, because digestibility 87%, and linoleic acid is 1.9%. And more important also is the reach of the potassium. Potassium is requirement for the maintain the DB. If we are making the formulation, the DB is more important for the vital organ functions. So the resource of the potassium. And NPP means non-phytate phosphorus, means no need of the phytase for the 0.08%. I'm telling in the previous slide, the energy vary from the 3000 to 3300, 3350 is because of these slides. In first slides, we are seeing the quality of the maize is good quality. Is the energy more than 3300, 3300 is connected now?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Yes, just I told you the energy variation from the maize to 3000 to 3500. 3350, because of the structure of the and quality of the maize. Because in first pictures the maize quality is excellent, its size are excellent. In second has some broken maize, and third has some the infested by the some infections. Second is also is great source of the energy is the jowar. Some area have the in North India and different part of the India have availability of the jowar. Jowar is also known as sorghum, milos, and great millet. Is only one thing is that in no xanthophyll. If we are putting the jowar as an energy source, we are adding some xanthophyll contents, so make the same energy levels. In this, we are just go through the digestibility and the nutrient composition. In jowar is also 3000 calories. Depend on the quality, is vary from 3000 to 3100, and crude protein is around 9%. And also digestibility of the jowar, sorghum, and maize is almost equal to 87%. And in this, the minerals composition, non-phytate phosphorus is 0.1. And choline content is also more than 688 mg per kg in sorghum. Third is the bajra. Everybody knows in the bajra and pearl millets have the CP very crude proteins vary from the 8 to 10%. Sometimes we are seeing more than 9.5 to 10% on average in a different part of the areas. Higher in amino acid values. And millet is the CP is more than the maize. In on average, CP is the 8%. In the bajra pearl millet has a CP is more than around 9%. Higher amino acid profile because of the reach of the proteins. Better source of the linoleic acids and oil percentage 4 to 6% in the bajra. One limitation are not anti-nutritional, is the limitation. Increase the fat depend on liver and abdomen if you are replacing the 100% bajra with the maize. If we are using some sulfur containing amino acids, yeah, some methionine and increase the choline levels, the abdominal and liver fats, because putting the bajra as source of the energy. Xanthophylls as sorghum is also not present in the bajra, pearly millet. So then we can, if we are using the bajra more than 30 or 40% in the as a grain source, we use the some xanthophylls pigments for the maintain the yolk color and maintain the pink meat colors of the chicken. Bajra, the composition of bajra in pigs and broiler hairs, if we use up to whole source of the energy, because the energy is the 3000, more than 3300. Currently I see in many labs reports where the equal to the maize, and food protein around 9%, and digestibility more than the bajra. In maize, maize and sorghum protein digestibility 87%, but in the bajra more than 91.2%. Third extract, as I told you, 4 to 6%. Linoleic is a richer source, 1.56, and choline is also in the higher amounts, in 93 mg per kg. There is also a source of the phosphorus is 0.1 and protein is 0.43. They are the balancing the DB. And this is ragi. Ragi three, those are use the ragi. Ragi is the increase in lean meat of broilers. If not up to the deposition of the fat in the broiler, so ragi is one of the best source of the energy. More than 30-40% in the diets. In the ragi, it, and another is values in layer diet, reduce in the eggs. But one is the limitation, limitation is no carotenoids, high fiber and tannins. Is the digestibility in broiler 10%, in layer more than 30%. And protein to the millet. Choline content is also equal to the millets. And here is the also non-fat phosphorus is 0.1. Another is the everybody knows maize, sorghum, bajra, ragi, and one of the best source of the energy is the rice. Rice is a good source of energy, and one is the anti-nutrition factor only trypsin inhibitors. We have seen the nutrition in rice. Energy is more than 3150, so that anytime you are putting the more rice in the diets, energy of deposition we are seeing because of the excess energy. We can balance the rice as the according to the nutritional compositions. CP is almost equal to the bajra, and digestibility is slightly lesser than the maize and bajra. Choline is rich as compared to another is the wheat. Wheat is the rich in the calcium. Wheat is the good source for the minerals, not only for the energy. It contains a lot of calcium and higher protein as compared to any other energy ingredients. It contains almost 12% protein, 14% proteins. Some anti-nutrition factor pentosans and beta lipid, because of the NSP pentosans is make the sticky wheat inside the gut. With the help of the gynes, help of some good enzymes, we can put the wheat in the quantities. And one of the best for the as a use as a pellet binder. If you are using 0.5 to 5 to 10% in the from it, I don't need the pellet binder, because in wheat has the some gluten contents is bind the pellet bind the particle one to one and of the pellets. Energy CP is 13%. Some varieties of wheat has more than 14%, and digestibility almost equal to the maize and sorghum, slightly lesser than the bajra. Linoleic is a very less amount, but choline content is more than the bajra and maize and sorghum. 1090 milligram per kg. Not a filler is the rich source of the potassium, rich source of the good quality of the fibers, and higher in CP, more than 16-17% depend on the qualities. Some anti-nutritional factors like silica, some trypsin inhibitors, anti-amine factors, the high phytate form of the phosphorus. The nutritional composition of the DRB 1850 kilocalorie energies. Yes, doctor.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now it's clear, sir.
Okay,
And
okay,
the movement of slide also good. Now you
okay.
maintain that strength, sir.
Yeah, okay, okay.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Sorry.
Sorry, participants. Now, sir will resume and restart the presentation again. Thank you.
Okay, we are continue with the bajra is clearly now.
Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Ragi is just I told you ragi is the one of the another best source of the energy, and for the especially for the lean meat where the slaughter some farmer have a processing plant where the slaughter meat and means in lean meat dressing percentage is more. For the lean meat productions, ragi is one of the best energy source if you are putting the 1 part of the energy as compared to 60% is 10% ragi is more than sufficient for producing the lean meat. And also in the layer diet for reduce the cholesterol content in the eggs. Some anti-nutritional factor is the high fiber and tannin, and another is the because except maize have no any ingredients have the carotenoid or xanthophyll pigments. The nutritional value of the ragi is the energy around 2900, but CP is almost equal to the bajra. Ether extract is the 3%, and non-phosphorus is the 0.1. Rice is another good source of the energy and a rich source of the different minerals. One anti-nutritional only trypsin inhibitor, but we are processed with the heat and with the some remove the external part of the rice. That trypsin inhibitor content is the very less in rice. The nutrient composition of the rice is the energy is more than bajra. 3150. We are sometimes underestimate the quality composition of the rice. If we are putting in the software, maize has the 3300, in bajra 3000, in also equal to the bajra. So we are facing the some challenges of the fatty liver cases. The rice content of the 3150 kilocalories energy. CP is almost equal to the bajra. And digestibility is slightly lesser. We use the some digestible enzymes, protein enzymes to enhance the digestibility. This is not a big issue. Sorry. Wheat is one of the richest source of the energy and also a rich source of the calcium and proteins. As a source of energy is also a rich source of the protein because it contains around 13 to 14% of the proteins. Some anti-nutritional factor pentosan, NSP non-starch polysaccharides, is create a problem for the sticky beets. With the help of the good quality of the glycinase and some NSP enzymes, we can sort out. Due to the pentosan content in the wheat, is also create a problem of the wet liters. Imagine nutritional composition of the wheat is more energy is around 3000. CP percentage is 13% or 14% in good quality of the maize, and digestibility is also more than or equal to the maize. And the rich source of the choline 1090 mg per kg of the wheats, and also is a good source of the potassium. Is one of the beauty of wheat is also if we are putting the 10% of wheat, I think as my experience, no need of any pellet binder for making the good quality of the pellet in finisher diet, especially in the broiler. And in layer phase 1, phase 2 diets, if you are provide the good quality big crumbles or small pellets, the no need of any pellet binders, because it contains some gelatins. When the reaches the temperature in the conditioner, make a proper gelatinization of the different part of the ingredients, so make a good quality of the pellet. DRB is also one of the main ingredient, especially for the layer feeds. Layer feed and also for the swine feed. For both, DRB is one of the best ingredient and main ingredient, as I told you, because DRB content in the layer diet and swine diet is higher as compared to the broiler diets. Nutritional value high in CP. In some plant have the CP percentage more than 16%. On average, 14 to 15% of the CP is present in the DRB, de-oiled rice bran. Some anti-nutritional factors, the silica, some trypsin inhibitor, anti-thiamine factor, high phytates. The composition is, as I show you, CP percentage more than 15.5, means around 16%, 17%. And also the non-phytate phosphorus is rich in the 0.17, and one of the best potassium. If maintaining the DB balance in the broiler layer diets, the potassium is main important, because the potassium ion is the positive charges is contained 1.7%, is higher as compared to any other energy sources. Another good energy sources is the vegetable oils. Vegetable oil is the concentrated source of the energy, improve the palatability of the diets, and a low heat increment after digestion when put in the as a energy source in the diets. The low heat increment means when the digest with the protein is the highest, very high as compared to the carbohydrate, as compared to the oil. Oil has very less low heat increment during the digestions, so no heat, bird are feeling the much heat inside the body. Expensive is the limitations, prone to oxidant, because the storage quality is very good for the, if the purchasing the vegetables or any oils. If the any open areas and some high humidity conditions, the rancidity chances is more. So take a proper precaution, or one of the best ingredient, because of the not only the improve the palatability and the low heat, it contains a lot of the fatty acids, which are directly roll on the immune system of the birds. Like we are seeing the different oil have the different fatty acids. In rice bran oils, just I told you in the first slide, 0 to 3 week energy content 8600, but after 3 weeks is 8900 due to the physiological structure of the bird. See, in same contents have the different energy value. If we are putting in the our software, the bird perform is very good and profitability is more. Rice bran oil, ME content in the stearic acid, oleic acid, linoleic acid, linolenic acids, and different have the resource. Soybean oil have the, we are seeing the palmitic acid is 9%, stearic acid is 4%, and oleic acid 27%, linoleic acid 49%, and the linolenic acid is the 8%. In palm oil has the no any linoleic acid, but composition as compared to is the rich source of the oleic acids. All fatty acids are the essential oil used for the immunity and for the gut health of the birds. Just I told you energy contents. Next one is the protein, because the second part of the our presentation is the first is the energy, second is the protein. All body tissues are largely comprises amino acids. I think nowadays amino acid, and especially I told you, digestible amino acid terminology is more important as compared to amino acid or as compared to crude proteins, because everybody know about the digestible amino acid requirement of the birds, and we are making the formulation on the basis of the digestible amino acids. The ratio and labels include in the diet impact on the growth. Ratio is more important as compared to lysine for different amino acids, and label, if we are putting the higher level of lysine, every amino acid are required in the higher levels for the growth, carcass composition, and profitability of the broiler chickens. In short, as I told you, correct protein nutrition is the center to optimal broiler nutrition. The three statements are told by Dr. Ricklin sir for the in the presentation and during the workshop. Sorry. In the protein, everybody in the mind, protein is the soybean meal. Soybean is one of the best source and very old source of the protein. And everybody know about the soybean meal. So I never told more than the soybean because it's the rich source of the lysines and best source of the vegetable proteins. Some anti-nutritional factor protease inhibitor like conglycins and beta conglycin. He by nature is provided by the nature to protect the digestion of the proteins. So conglycin and beta conglycin, when we are remove the outer layer of the soybean seeds, this content is the anti-nutritional factor very less, but more chances when the reaches the source cost of the soya increases, that time more adulteration of the rice bran, guar meal, sawdust, and some we are seeing in the some plant type the urea is also spraying on the soya. Because if we are testing the only nitrogen, we can test on the labs. Further, we are if we have some problem, then shifted to the urea and some adulteration. Firstly, we are seeing the how much nitrogen content multiply 760 is the protein content. So that is the second step to control the adulteration in the soybean meal. Soybean meal is the everyone knows the resource of the proteins. Is the normal soybean is 46% protein, but high pro soya means dehulled soya has more than 48 and 50% protein. Digestibility of soya is 91%, and is also a resource of the potassium for the maintain the DAB, so that the cell permeability is maintained when the using the soya and maize diets. Another source of the sunflower, decorticated sunflower have protein level is the 40%, undecorticated sunflower have the 25 to 30%. So these source of the minerals, high content of the sulfur containing amino acids than the soybean meals. Anti-nutritional factor means limitation is the higher fiber level 25 to 30%. Better in a broiler we can also use the sunflower because the fiber content of the sunflower is the digestible as compared to DRB. But mainly maximum feed millers are using the sunflower in the layer diet is also. Some chlorogenic effect of the digestibility of the enzymes of chlorogenic factor chemicals acids are present in the sunflower which affect the normal enzyme present in the body. Is the methyl donor may nullifies. If we are providing the methyl donor excess in the sunflower diets, it control the effect of the chlorogenic acids. Is the nutritional compositions. Nutritional composition energy rate 800. CP is the CP is the 25%, is the 2.5, not as 25% is the minimum. Some quality have the 28% also. Digestibility of the CP is the 85% and is also a resource of the choline, 3791 milligram per kg of the sunflower DOC. Potassium is the 0.96 and also non-phytate phosphorus is the 0.14. Groundnut meals. Groundnut meals is the protein content of the groundnut meals has the suboptimal cysteine and methionine. And the first limiting amino acids of the groundnut meal is the soya. Initially, when I start my career during the college periods, maize soya diets and soya and GNE diet make a complete protein requirements of the birds with the because in the soya have less methionine and cysteine as compared to GNE groundnut meal cakes, and groundnut meal have a less license, so compensate to each others. But chances of the aflatoxin is more because due to the during harvestings. And some antitrypsin factors is always available in the almost in every protein sources. In there is the groundnut meal have the sometimes adulteration with groundnut cells because in the cake form, as I show you in the picture, in nobody can physically check the groundnut cake are adulterated in the groundnut DOC. After lab testing or some fiber, check the fiber contents. So we can check. In this, the protein sources is 45%. Some plant have the protein sources is 48%. In CP digestibility is 85%. Also a rich source of the choline, but it contain lot of the potassium ions. Another source of protein is the rapeseed meals, low in lysine, rich in methionine. But lot of the limitation anti-nutritional factors present in the rapeseed meals. Synapine is the choline esters, is the present in the gland of the rapeseed seeds, accumulate TMA in the yolk when they increases more than 10 to 12% in the layer diets. A lot of the TMA content in the yolk, so fishy, tanned, and some of flavor we are seeing if they increases the rapeseed more than 7 to 8%. Is the nutritional composition of the rapeseed meal is the 34% CP, but some plant have the 38 39% of the protein available in the rapeseed cake. Its digestibility is slightly lesser than as compared to another source of the proteins, and more source of the potassium and available phosphorus is 0.39. Sesame meal and til cake. Til cake is also another best source of the proteins, rich source of the cysteine, methionine, and the tryptophans. Low in lysine and threonine. Better to use one part with the two part of the soya meal means is the good source of the proteins. High level of oxalate acid present and phytic acid on the outer covering of the sesame meals. Sesame meal cake have two colors. One is the light color, one is the dark color of the til cake. Dark color have lot of the more anti-nutritional factors as compared to red colors. Just like this is the til, simple til is the CP content is 30%. And is also present a lot of potassiums, and amino acid profile is good for the sesame meal. Another source of the protein is the cottonseed meal. Uncorticated cottonseed meal have the 22% proteins, and decorticated cottonseed meal is 41% protein. Limitation is the means anti-nutritional factor only gossypol and cyclopropenoids fatty acids, which are hinder the digestion of the inside the bird. The nutritional composition is the crude protein, the 42% is vary from 40 to 45%. Digestibility around 75% is also a resource of the choline and resource of the potassiums. Is the guar meal. Guar meal is the byproduct of the gum extraction and contain both hull and germs. Equal, the nutritional value is almost equal to the groundnut meals. Only limitation is the some gums and trypsin inhibitor, hydrogenated cyanides, and some heme-agglutinins and heme-agglutinins which are present in the guar meals. But toasted guar meal have the control the almost all anti-nutritional factor. When we are using in the simple stomach animal have the toasted or roasted guar meals. Nutritional composition is good. On 90% dry matter basis, the protein contain 46.5%, almost equal to the GNC. Rice DDGs is one of the another good source of the proteins, because I am used in layer diet used rice DDGs. In broiler diet also is some percentage of rice DDGs with the help of some enzymes. It excellent results, and a good source is vary from the protein 38 to 57%, because the DDGs is the didistillary grain solubles, is the byproduct of the ethanol industries or alcohol industry, distilleries industries. In this, the grains are fermented with the help of the yeast, and after remove of after extraction of the ether extracts, the rest material is the DDGs after drying and kept in the put in the markets. Is the main prone possibilities of the mycotoxin, because of the DDGs in maximum time in fermentation and chances to increase the mycotoxin growth. So if the after extraction and heating dryer time is lesser, the chances of mycotoxin is very less in the DDGS, and it also is one of the best source of the proteins. Nutritional composition of the rice DDGS is the protein is vary from the 40 to 60% protein, 57% protein as per the raw material of the those are used by the distilleries or ether extract plants. Energy content is higher side, is one of the source which have energy and protein both in the higher side, 45% good protein and 2650 in the calorie per kg in the energy, because different source of the protein have the energy that 1800 to 2000, but in the DDGS is 2650, and also source of the non-phytate phosphorus 0.28, and digestibility is the only 70%. Fish meal is also best source of the protein, but depend on the availability and quality. If they available in good quality of the fish meal, the protein will vary from 40 to 60%, rich in phosphorus, calcium, selenium, and B12. Variation in the protein is the main limitation, because the different source have the different protein levels. Every time if we are purchasing the fish meal, so every time lab analysis and the protein content in the fish meal we are checked. Poor protein due to overheat, because during dryer the overheated, the protein content is poor and less digestible. Adulteration with non-protein nitrogens, sand, salt, and oils. Fish meal is also 43 to 50% proteins, digestibility 86.7%, almost slightly lesser than soya, but is almost more than 85%. Is also the source of the choline 3056 mg per kg, and available phosphorus 2.38 and calcium is 7%. Is also good in the minerals, not only in the protein contents, also good in the mineral content of the fish meal. Meat and bone meal, MBM is the good source of the calcium, phosphorus 44 to 60% of the protein. If the 60% protein means calcium level is less, and mixed with the calcium and meats is the 44-45% on general protein we are seeing. Contaminated with bacteria, is not sterile properly, it's contaminated with the some bacteria, and adulteration with the sand, rock, and phosphates. The nutritional composition of the MBM is because it contains almost 8 to 9% of oil, so that energy content almost 2800, and protein at 44 to 45%. CP digestibility is lesser in MBM, but non-phytate phosphorus is 3.8, means this source of the phosphorus which are readily available for the birds, and also the calcium 7.5%, and also a good source of the choline chlorides. Is not newly, many farmers are used in different part of the India insect protein. As per Rabobank reports, global market potential up to 500,000 metric tons for insect protein by 2030s. Strongest future demand for the insect protein lie in the aquaculture, especially aquaculture, because in aqua have sub sensor to for the proteins. According to Rabobank, largest potential in the poultry feeds, especially in the layer diets, and they believe the swine market will be the smallest addressable market for the insect, because in the swine market very less person know about the insect protein as per Rabobank reports. In this I got one slide of black soldier 5 BSF. BSF have the protein contents around 30 to 45%, and fat is 10 to 50%. Other SS is the 7 to 18%, and water level means the moisture is the 8 to 12%, and the black soldier fly is also nutritional composition of insect larva depend partially on the composition of the feeding mediums. The amount of fat extremely variable and depend on the type of the diet fat composition for the larva. protein concentration in the larva is less sensitive to substrate protein concentration if the minimum protein requirement are met. As content is also variable, but one of the in future is good source of the proteins. As I told you earlier, different ingredient have the different digestibility. In this slide, we are seeing in the maize, broken rice, wheat, bajra, digestible, different amino acids have the different digestible coefficients. 81, 91, 85 different amino acids have the different digestibilities. In we are seeing only, I told you two factors. Soya 46 in normal soya, hypro soya is 50%. When we are purchasing, not only the different of the cost, different of the amino acid availability, means the digestibility coefficient is more variable in the hypro soya. In lysine digestibility 92%, more than 92% in the hypro soya, but in normal soya I have only 90%. 2% lysine is less digestible as compared to the difference in the both. In methionine content, in digestible coefficient in methionine 91%, in the hypro soya 93%, as same in the different, especially in for the lysine and for the methionine, its digestible coefficient is vary. So we can check the on the raw material, not only for the price, on the nutritional values. Only one slide for premix and ingredient. First is the energy part, second is the protein part, third is additive. Is data involve very small quantity and expensive ingredients that can be profound effect on the performance if not handled correctly. Just like many spices in our kitchens use the in some recipe have the increase the salt level, the total recipe is fail because nobody can eat. Same thing happen for the premix and additives. Every additive have the important role and important content for the enhance the digestibility, immune systems, and gut health of the birds. So please take care of the micro mixture and how to add feed additive one by one. So make a good quality of the premix. This is my just my experience. If anybody use the raw material quality, first do not purchase from the reliable source, because when the raw material coming in our plants after testing and different is the different second step, but first step you are not is the reliable source, not don't use. Second is purchased by our experienced teams. Those are our the purchase managers to send to the different mandis, grain mandis, to purchase the good quality of the raw material. SOP of the material purchase is very important. After that, laboratory test before stocking, because if the high content of the moisture in the maize store in the silos, after 10 days or 1 month, 2 months, the all maize are spoiled. So before storage, laboratory test is required. Stock is by scientific method with the airflow, with movements, everything on the time to time we can check. After stocking, when put the raw material for the making the feed, lab tests again important for the composition of the moisture, protein, energy, fat. So put the proper label of the nutritional composition in the software, then make a feed. Lab testing, physical testing, color, flavor, and chemical testing, moisture, protein, energy, fat, fiber, sand, silica, and some adulteration. Time to time we can check. High quality ingredient source are the optimal alternate. High quality ingredient source and optimal alternative source. Just I told you, many source of the energy, many source of protein is the alternative source with the low cost are crucial for the profitability with the increase the digestibility, increase the nutritional composition with the help of some enzymes and some another sources. One my message is the for nutrient mindset is preferred for purchasing any raw material as compared to ingredient mindsets while making the formulating the diets. Balanced diet Initially, we are change the feed when making the balanced diet. One of the important is change the feeding and nutrition due to the change in breed genetics. Initially, when I start the career at that time, in layer birds I've given the 280 eggs. Now it's given the more than 330 eggs in 72 weeks. But nowadays 100-week birds are present in the market. Same thing in the broilers. Initially in 42 days is 2 kg. Nowadays the 33, 35 days is the 2 kg body weight because of the changes in the genetics. So make a feed according to the need of the birds. Basic objective to provide the safe feed to the bird with the testing, with the raw material purchasing, with the different sources. Get maximum performance and minimum price is more important nowadays. Initially, we are formulating on the calorie protein ratio. Now it is the metabolic energy and digestible amino acid concept in everywhere. Thank you for everyone for listening to me.
Thank you, sir, for this nice webinar. Now I request all the participants in next 5 minutes, you please share your queries in chat box. So meanwhile, I just give an introduction about my company. So please start sharing your queries in chat box. After that, Dr. Badal Singh will answer the queries. Now, I just want to share some highlights on Chembond. The Chembond is an company who established in which is established in 1975 by Dr. Vinod Shah, and it was listed on BSC in 1995 and in the NSE in 2009. We have 750 plus group employees. We have a pan-India footprint in manufacturing, sales, and service. Our R&D and head office is in Navi Mumbai, Maharashtra. So we are Chembond Biosciences. We are operating in animal health industry from 2010. We produce nutritional supplements for the animal health industry, which mainly catering to poultry, dairy, and aquaculture. We have our footprints across India with manufacturing and storage locations at Tarapur, Baddi, Ranipet, and Jamshedpur. We offer quality products at an excellent value. So our offerings are into probiotics, prebiotics, and enzymes. We are into feed additives, vitamin and mineral premixes as well as. Also, we are providing farm management solutions to poultry farmers. Having our own units for manufacturing for enzymes and probiotics, we do have customized solutions offerings also. We have dedicated R&D team for manufacturing of feed additives and supplements. So being Chembond, we are well known for customized solutions. We have got certifications for FAMQRs and Food and Drug Administration certificates also we received for our plants. So we produce quality products. There are some offerings for cost-effective feed formulation, and like I already told that we produce our own probiotics at our own manufacturing facility, and we offer single and multi-strain probiotics. Some strains of our probiotics are already listed, and we also offer customized solution in probiotics also. We have finished formulations also that that formulations are available for sale. We are into feed and gut acidifiers also. So under the Chemosid brand, we sell our water and feed acidifiers. They really helps in stabilizing gut pH. They also reduces pathogenic load and improve gut integrity. Under toxin binder segment, Zerotox, the group of is our umbrella brand, and under this umbrella brand, we offer clay-based toxin binders that really helps in absorption of mycotoxins in the gastrointestinal tract of poultry and making them unavailable for systemic absorption, and they prevent gut leakage. So with the help of solid state fermentation, we produce our enzymes. Enzymix is our umbrella brand. Under this brand, we sell individual and multi enzymes formulations to poultry farmers and feed manufacturers. We do have balanced emulsifiers under the brand name of Lipibond. So we offer cost-effective emulsifiers and quality emulsifier as well. Both are, soy lecithin-based emulsifiers as well as castor oil-based emulsifiers. So Lipibond is our well-known brand in market. It really helps in energy optimization program. We also have organic and inorganic minerals under the name of Primin. We sell mineral, organic and inorganic minerals, which are specially designed for commercial layers, commercial broilers, and broiler feeders. We blend vitamin premix in our own facility, and our team, and these products, all products have backup with a data repository, required data repository. So these are our offerings for cost-effective feed formulations. So these are some products which really helps, which are really helping in gut health in poultry. So we have a program, we call it as GRIP, Gut Restoration and Integrity Program. Under this program, we promote our gut health offerings. Like toxin binders, they really helps in enhancing gut development, and also they supports gut integrity, and they also supports in feed efficiency. In Chembond group, which is a probiotic, we have finished product like Chembond Advance, which is a feed grade probiotic. It is a combination of 3 bacillus strains along with yeast and prebiotic fructooligosaccharides. These products, the Chembond range of products, really helps in gut development. They really helps in to manage gut microflora. We called it as symbiosis. So we also have feed acidifier and water acidifier. Water acidifiers, they really helps in reduction of water pH and also reduces the pathogenic load in the water. And we have gut and feed acidifiers. We have the brand like Chemosid Gold and Chemosid Supreme. These 2 brands are complete acidifiers for poultry feed manufacturers. They really helps in to mitigate the pathogenic pressure, and also they indirectly takes part in gut health development. So Lipibond, I already told, we have a balanced range, balanced emulsifiers formulations, and they really helps in energy optimization program. So if you have any requirement of products, or you have any you need any clarity on a technical part of product, myself, Dr. Sanjay, I'm based at Mumbai, Navi Mumbai. There is our technical manager, Dr. Rakesh Tiwari, who is based in North at Ambala, and Dr. Saurabh Kaute, who is a product manager, and he is based in Navi Mumbai. We have dedicated team of sales manager for West and South. Mr. Ilaverli Vira is there. For North Zone, Mr. Rajesh Bist is there. And for East Zone, Mr. Somnath Banerjee is there. If you have any kind of sales inquiry related to our product, you please contact to them. Now, I'm just switching to the query and answer session. Dr. Badal, is my voice is audible to you? You please switch on your video, sir.
Yes.
Sir, the question is there, which one is better quality veg oil or fish oil for energy?
Sorry.
Which one is a better quality veg oil or fish oil for energy?
In veg oil, rice bran oil and soybean oil both are equally good. In the soybean oil, has energy content is the slightly higher than the rice bran oil, but fatty acid content in the rice bran oil is the better as compared to soya oil. So both are almost equally good for the digestion and for the as a source of the energy. And second question is the fish oil. Fish oil is the only one limiting is the adulteration, chances of adulteration and chances of infection. Otherwise, we are putting the rice bran oil and fish oil in the mix, is getting the better result and performance as compared to individual oils.
Sir, again, another part of that question is, what are the limitations for fish oil?
Limitation is the only not only for the fish oil, for the all oils, for the rancidity and some quality of the rice bran oil. Otherwise, we can use the rice bran oil is more quantity. One is the limiting is the about the smell. If are the not getting the smell, in means good quality of fish oil, we can use the as a whole source of the oils. But if they have the some smells, there some pungent smell. We are seeing input in the layer diets have the some fishy smell. We are seeing in the yolk. So consumer are refusing the some fish are adding in the oil in the layer diets, not in the limitation in the broiler diet.
Thank you, sir. Sir, the next question is from Rohit Bharti. How particle size of feed ingredients affects its consumption and digestibility?
This is a very important question for the feed milling, not only for the mess diet, is also important for the crumble diets. Because in naturally birds are the grain eater, not a mess eater. If you are seen in the wild bird on the different part of the areas, bird only pick the more bigger size of the grains first, then use the smaller size. So by nature, bird is the grain eater. First thing. Second thing, if we are making the proper particle size for the maize and for the pellet, it reaches in the gizzard. Gizzard is the just like our grinder, just like a grinder in the kitchen. Same thing is the we are seeing in the simple way is the grinder for the birds. So if the particle size in proper size, so make a good quality muscles development in the gizzard. Many trials we are seeing the, in maize diet and in the coarse diet have the bigger gizzard size as compared to the maize diet because of the adaptability and the muscles development in the gizzard. And not only the particle size important, another I add you, Doctor, when use the marble powders, means LSP, limestone powders, yeah, some calcium carbonate source for the diet for the broiler and layer, don't use any maize diet, means powder form. Use always in the coarse form initially. Coarse form means just like in simple way in North India, dealer told the jeera. Jeera means less than 1 mm, but more than approx 1 mm size of the LSP is also good for the development of the gizzard, because the grinder is the good, the every digestion is started from the preventing this gizzard and at the end part of the gut.
Thank you, sir. Sir, the next question is from Dr. Vaibhav. Which enzyme can be specific for DDGS, for rice DDGS?
Yes, yes. Yeah, rice DDS, first they are take the ingredient. What is the ingredient for the DDS? Ingredient is the source of the energy, means rice. In not only one enzyme can help to the increase the digestibility of the DDS. Started from the phytase. First is the phytase, good quality of the phytase to break down the phytate form of the proteins and NSPs. And second is the xylanase. Third is the protease. If combination of these three enzymes enhance the digestibility of the DDS, not only the rice DDS, either maize DDS, rice DDS, yeah, partly millet DDS, every DDS have increases with the compound of these three enzymes.
So the next question is, while purchasing a raw material or ingredient, which is more important, price or quality of the product?
Only qualities. No any substitutes for the quality.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Doctor. So the next question is, 3% DRB यूज हो रहा है अभी उनके ब्रॉयलर फीड में, एंड उनको अभी फुल्ली मेस से रिप्लेस करना है, तो लूज मोशन के प्रॉब्लम आ सकते हैं क्या इस रिप्लेसमेंट से, वो पूछ रहे हैं।
हाँ, ये समझ में नहीं आया कि 3% यूज हो रहा है, सपोज द 3% इन द ब्रॉयलर डाइट्स, और फुली में से कैसे आप रिप्लेस कर दोगे? ये क्वेश्चन नहीं समझ मेरा डॉक्टर साहब।
ओके सर, नो इशू।
यस।
Sir, really thanks for this kind of insightful webinar. I just, sir, there is some 2 raised hands. Just wait, sir.
Yes.
I don't know. Yeah, please speak. क्या बोलिए सर, आप बोल सकते हो। आपका नाम नहीं विजिबल हो रहा है, बट आप बोल सकते हो। आपने क्वेश्चन पूछा था 3% DORB का, बोलिए। Okay, sir, I think by mistake they raised a hand. Okay, Dr. Rakesh.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So I request you to please give a vote of thanks to participants and Dr. Badal Singh.
All right. I hope I am audible, sir.
Yeah, clearly audible.
Okay, thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed webinar speaker, Dr. Badal Singh, for gracing us with his expertise and insight today. His presentation was not only informative, but also inspiring, leaving us with valuable knowledge to carry forward. I also want to thank each one of you for your active engagement and thoughtful questions, which contributed to the success of this webinar. We appreciate Dr. Badal Singh for sharing his time and expertise with us. We hope to continue learning from him in future. Thank you, Dr. Badal Singh, for making this webinar a meaningful and enlightening experience. Let us continue to explore and learning together in coming sessions. So thank you all for being active participants of this event. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Rakesh. Sir, some participants, they are requesting for the content. So after this webinar, if possible, you please share me that content.
No problem.
Thank you, sir.
No problem.
Thank you once again.
Okay. Okay, dear.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thanks a
all.
lot.
Thank you.